2 hours. Do a kilometre walk to warm up and then see how we go. 2 hours. Let's see what the results are, hey? It's already warm. I haven't run probably 300 metres and I'm already sweating. Oh. I, for as long as I can remember, have given up on applying myself to exercise and things. For the last 500 metres of the run, I actually FaceTimed my dad in New Zealand. And when he answered the phone on video, he asked me if I was all right, because I don't normally call him this late in New Zealand, because it was like, 8:30, 9:30 or something. I said, yeah, I'm fine. And he could tell I was running. He said, oh, what's up? I said, nothing. And then I went on to say, hey, you know, back in April of this year when I called you and I said, keep May the 19th open, because, I don't know, I've just got this crazy idea of maybe, I don't know, entering the Sydney half marathon, which was coming up in less than 6 weeks' time. Limited training. I hadn't done anything like that in my life ever before. The most I'd run at that stage was like 6Ks. Actually, maybe one 8K run, that was it. Anyway, the time came around. I didn't have the money and I wasn't really focused and whatever else. And I run a little bit each week. Not a whole hell of a lot. But there was something burning inside. And the reason why I called my dad to ask him to be there for that was in primary school in year 6 or 7. We had running a carnival, or a sports carnival, and I wanted to go on the long distance run, the 800 metre. Anyway, it was 400 metres around the oval and we were to do 2 laps. And for some reason, I pulled out at the end of lap 1. And my dad and my mum had sat there all freaking day to watch the 3rd last race. And it was a race that I was good at. And I just piked it. I just chickened out. I threw it in. I don't know why. I just did. Actually, I do know why, but that's beside the point. That was just something in me and some friends and whatever else. Kind of tough pill to swallow, really. So what are you in grade 7? Year 12? Maybe just 13? Anyway, my dad's kind of given me shit over it through the years. He didn't really care either way. He's just like, you made me sit there in the sun all that time. My parents are super supportive in any and everything my brother and I have ever done. So anyway, 45 now, 12, 13, is that 3 decades later? More. I didn't run the Sydney Marathon, half marathon, just wasn't into it. But today, I finished listening to an audiobook, and that audiobook was called Can't Hurt Me, and it was by a US Marine called David Goggins. This guy, and I'm going to swear right now, but this motherfucker is one badass dude. And if you know him and have seen him on YouTube or wherever else, you know him. But I listened to his audiobook 13 hours over the last 3 days, and every single thing this guy said resonated with me. I ain't no Navy SEAL, I ain't no military dude, but to be the uncommon among uncommons, that is a mindset that I can relate to. I've always been that. I've always been the outlier. I've always been in that front 1%. Not even the tip of the arrow. You know that space between the tip of the arrow and where the air parts? There's that little void, that little quiet space. It's kind of where my mind sits. Don't know, always has. There's just a point of confidence that I have out there, and people don't get me when I'm out there. But they kind of do, because over time, I've been able to prove myself on certain things, to myself, to no one else. And tonight's run, to do 21.2 kilometres, to do that half marathon, was to prove it to me. I knew I could do it, and reading David's book gave me the inspiration to do it. So mate, I appreciate your journey and giving me the insights to myself. You didn't teach me anything new. You just brought old shit up and basically gave me the power to allow myself to push myself, and tonight that's what I did. And sitting here right now, I feel like $1 million. It's hard to explain, but I do. So this post is a multi one. This is going to go to my YouTube, my weekly wrap. It's Monday, so this one came quick. But you know what? To run a half marathon, I can say now that I've done it. I've got the GPS and everything on it, and I don't have to prove it to anyone. I'll post it for my brother to see and a few other people to see. But at the end of the day, I know what I did, and I feel damn good for it. Like, really fucking good. So, you know, it's onwards and upwards here. One foot in front of the other. And I just want to thank everyone that said, A, I could never do certain things, and B, for those that always encouraged me just to be myself. My dad, my mum, my brother, bunch of people, really close friends in my life, you know, and for my kids, you know, life's all about experiences and lessons learned. So as we get older, we learn lessons and we look back and we go, should have done this, shouldn't have done that, but hey, you know what? I've got no regrets. I'm as happy as anything. And that being said, I ain't slowing down. I'm coming, and I'm coming quick. Some of it will be in the light, some of it will be in the shadows, but I'm just going to do what I do. And for those that know me, you know I can achieve it. Like Yoshi once said. He said it takes Jamie a while to make a decision on something, but when he makes that decision, you better step aside, because he's a steam train. He's a locomotive full of fuel, and he ain't stopping for nobody. And that is what tonight's about. I feel good, I feel like I'm in that place, and I feel like I'm giving myself the power back. I stripped it from myself, no one took it from me, but I feel like I'm getting it back. And it's one day in front of the other. There'll be highs and lows and lefts and rights and, you know, peaks and troughs, but I enjoy the journey, I always have. I've done my fair share of walkabouts. Ali, Brendan, Mum, Dad, Chad, Leagues, Jimmy Oster, you know what it's all about. I've been to the middle of wherever, no man's land and back. I've actually been there a few times and I've actually walked to it. Thousands of kilometres. But tonight was a big milestone. So, anyway, I'm inspired, and that's the main thing. Oh, shoes. It's good to take the shoes off. Yeah, I'm actually speechless right now, to be honest. I just want to say, if there's something you haven't done, something as a kid that you want to go out and do, chip away at it. I've been running for now, like I say, since Easter, basically, of 2018. It all started in a little town called Horsens, Denmark, around a little old lake, the town park. It was cold, it was freezing, it was even snowing sometimes. Now it's a beautiful winter's night here, and it's nowhere near close to being cold, but thanks, Chris. Thanks a lot, babe. You showed me that it could be done, and then I allowed myself to achieve it and accomplish it. So, take care, everyone, and hopefully one day you get to run your half marathon. And don't worry, I have no ambition to run a full marathon. That's not to say in the future I might, but I couldn't care less about it. I've done what I've needed to do. I may be able to do it again. I may want to do it again. I may not. No idea. But there are other challenges I want to go and succeed at and accomplish for myself. So that box is ticked. On to the next one. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.